Hello and welcome back to the channel. Oop. I have kind of built this out of boredom in the last few days. It's pretty simple actually. It's a 4-digit display. I'm sure you've seen these built in Minecraft before. But I kind of went at it a little different than I've seen them gone at before in the past. So I'm actually controlling this using redstone blocks, which goes into repeaters, which power the lights. And the reason I don't think I need any of this. And the reason I'm doing that is because if we look at repeaters, or these, I could get individual segment or individual like pixel control, but that's pretty pointless. But with this, then that powers all three, whereas this powers one, and I would have to have a little more complicated of a command to turn them all on. So this is actually a little easier. So what I initially started out trying to do is this. I had it controlled by these redstone torches. Each one of these controls a corresponding segment. I think we can press that. That should clear that. Okay, so like, if I press this one here, it's going to turn on the middle one. If I press that one, it's going to do that. I don't know what one of these do. I have no clue. Okay. But, one of them clears this, which was filled with the redstone block. So the idea was you put a redstone block here, and then that triggers these, which I'll go. So this one should be 1, right? I asked. Yeah, so that's 1. Then this one should be 2, although it doesn't have an automated reset in there. I forgot about that. So that's 2. This should be 3. Yeah, so that's 3. And then when I got down to 4, I had an issue. And as you can see, the issue is it's actually a 9. Well, actually, that's not how I write 9s out on here, but it's actually a 9, right? And we can't have that. So I had to scrap this because I realized that the way I was doing this, there's no real way around having these like this. So I scrapped that, and it's raining. And eventually I came up with this here, and this is the original one that I built. So I started out with that segment there. And this one works a lot better, and it's way easier to set up, so I'm actually quite happy with it. So if we press this, it'll clear it and fill it with a 0. Put that back. So if we were to press this one, that's a 9. So this one actually goes backwards. That's just the order I... Oh, right. So this one actually... I was having an issue with this, and I fixed it by just skipping this one for some reason. I have no idea why, but it fixed it. That's a 9. That's an 8. It only happened on this one. It didn't happen on any of the other ones, weirdly. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I guess you couldn't see that, but you get the idea. So I've kind of I uploaded this Planet Minecraft, so I kind of put some notes here. So this is the first segment, so this controls the thousands place. Then this one cycles it forward. This is like a super ancient way of doing this. This has been around forever. I think probably ever since repeater locking came out. So the problem I encountered with using this is it relies heavily on the time that it takes for a button to press, or to the time that a button is pressed. You'll see the second the button is released. And I know I could have messed around with the timings, but I didn't like that quite so much. So what I did is I actually made this system here, and it took a lot of like trial and error to get this to work. But this is probably like the 50th iteration. So what's happening here is this is an observer, right? So this thing comes through here, powers this, and then this observer is like, oh wait, that ran, so then we're going to run this again, which runs this and turns off this comparator, which is pointless at this point. It's actually resolved by this thing here, doing the same thing roughly. Actually no, it isn't. Cool. I guess I could just use a repeater. Oh man. Anyway, this works, not going to change it. So, actually I can just show you. Tick this forward one. So, now if we were to press this button here, right, it'll go through, tick that for one tick, I think, and then that will cause that next one to cycle forward one, as we can see here. And that's how they all work, roughly. So this is a pulse extender, but the distance that these are apart, I think, has a big role in it, because the redstone signal diminishes after a while. It just works, so I'm just going with it at this point. And then this thing, I forget what this does. I think I don't remember. I think that this is the same thing. I don't know. It works. I'll just leave it. Because it's not on any of the other ones like that, so I don't know what that is. But then if we look at these are all the same. So if we were to trigger this one, it'll do the exact same thing, then it'll trigger that one. And after a while, I did actually realize that I should have them going this way. Actually, I don't know why I did it on this one. Oh yeah, I did it on this one, because then this is closer and it's less time for the signal to go around. And yeah. But then I did that over here too. And here is my trigger for activating this one. So this actually has that same exact pulse extender, because I knew it worked. But it's triggered by a redstone block being placed there, and then I think 3 ticks later being destroyed. And then that ticks this forward. This could actually just stay here forever. It's not going to have any effect. Which is quite nice, because that makes this very idiot-proof. So, if I do the same thing here, this is the same as all the other rows. Yeah. So now we can see that we're on, like, what, 2,310, right? 5,310. But it works surprisingly well for something that I've built. I'm not actually the greatest at redstone. But I'm surprised that I was able to get that. I think the biggest time, or the most time I spent on anything was this here. Because I went through many iterations just to get that to work. And eventually it did. So, yeah. It's complicated, but not really if you have a general understanding of redstone. So, you can just hook these all up. Oh yeah, okay. That startled me. But, another thing you can do is this. So, I'll have the link to the Planet Minecraft if you want to look at this. So, the perfect timing for triggering the wireless system down here, roughly, if that's what you want to call it, is this. I mean, you could do it a little better, but it's really close enough that... So if we look at this, now this will tick it forward, and then that one comes around, ticks it again, but it's... So that one there is actually going to trigger after it comes around the next time, so if we... So now that one is going to be that one that's triggering it. So like, this is as fast as the clock can go for the most part. And I've actually put more effort into this one here to make it look a little nicer animated. Like, you'll see that it's like, if we look at this one here, it's animated, but like once you get higher up into the numbers, I've kind of just put them down in whatever order I want. So that's a big difference here, but I'll show you this thing in action. So that's really just going off, then it's coming back on pretty quickly. It probably could go a little bit faster, but I don't really feel too safe having it run any faster. Because after a while, if this thing gets too fast, it'll actually start to skip numbers, which isn't ideal. So what this does, it just sends that back, and it locks these. So this will actually just turn into a big one of these if you aren't careful. So it'll pretty much just become one of these if you were to hold that open with like a lever or something. So I mean, I guess you could actually run it faster at its full speed. I don't know if it's gonna be appreciative of that, but we'll give it a go. I had a lever. Okay. Let's just see what happens. So I don't know if these ones will be able to keep up. That's my only concern. So you see what I mean? It doesn't like display it properly because of the limitations of redstone lamps. I guess if I were using pistons or something, it would work a little better. But yeah, see, this isn't working right, obviously. So yeah, this must be running too fast for this, or no. This thing can't, yeah, so it is already running at its max speed, really. So, I mean, it is capable of stopping itself here, so I think I'm gonna have to like, manually trigger this to go. There it goes. That should tick that forward. Good. Okay. That should still work perfectly. It should, yep. But it, yeah. It's not super complicated. You could easily probably build it way faster if you wanted to, but yeah, here it is. You can display any, oh, this is like garbage too, don't use it. It just clears the entire board. Like, it doesn't reset anything. Like, next time this comes on, it's just going to be the next number. I think it's 9. Or maybe it's not, I don't remember. We'll find out. Like, I haven't actually made it so that it resets anything. Okay, so this one should come on now. Yeah. So then the next time that hits 9, this thing will come on and tick forward. Or, if you're cool or something, you could just do this. And that should trigger it. So yeah, 5,409. 5,500. Or no, dumb. Oh, that was the stupidest thing. Oh my god. But yeah, how much time did I actually spend on this? Okay, a lot longer than I'd like to admit. I think a lot of that is just me F3 and P'ing. You know, because you can F3P, like, I'm tabbed out of the game right now. Like, F3P just disables pause on loss of focus, so now if I were to tab out, it would pause. But yeah, it's cool enough, I guess. I don't know. It's really just a boredom project. So, if you found this cool, I guess, consider subscribing. I don't know. Like the video. If you want to check this out, I will, as I said earlier, have the link to Planet Minecraft in the description below. So, thanks for watching. Bye.